Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sabrina and today we are making a high protein Raspberry Ninja Creami. So this one is going to have 230 calories and 30 grams of protein and is absolutely delicious and clearly only needs a few ingredients. So I'm going to go ahead and share the recipe, but before I do, if you enjoy this video, please feel free to give it a like and subscribe to my channel so I know you are enjoying these videos. All right, let's make another creamy. So if you guys have seen some of my other creamy videos, when I'm making a fruit type ice cream, this is generally the base that I use, but it depends on the fruit. This one's going to be similar to the strawberry and blueberry one. And so what I like to do for my methodology is start with my milk and my protein powder and whiz those together because I feel like it's the easiest way to mix the milk with the protein powder. So today we're going to be using 1/3 of a cup of this Fairlife Fat-Free Milk. The reason we use this milk is, as it claims, it has less sugar and more protein and is really macro friendly, but you could use any milk that you desire. This one is just going to help me reach my protein goals. So I'll be using 1/3 of a cup, which is about 80 milliliters. All right, that's perfect. Now we're going to be using 2/3 of a scoop of your protein powder of choice. I would recommend a vanilla one, and today I have PE Science Gourmet Vanilla. And you know, I am not sponsored. I just really like this protein powder. I like it in all the different flavors. I think the vanilla is going to work particularly well for our raspberry recipe. And I will go ahead, and it's going to be about 22 grams for 2/3 of that scoop. All right, great. I've got my 1/3 of a cup of milk and 2/3 scoop of protein powder. And the reason I put these in together first is so that I can use this handy dandy frother to mix up the milk and protein powder. Okay, so now I have a nicely blended base and I'm going to add a little bit more protein in the form of cottage cheese, and this is also going to help add some of that really creamy texture. So I'm going to be adding 1/4 of a cup, and I promise this will not taste anything like cottage cheese. And if you don't like cottage cheese, you could always use some pudding mix, some of the sugar-free, fat-free pudding mix, but this is going to help add a little bit of protein. So I am here for the cottage cheese, and 1/4 of a cup is going to be about 56 grams. Now it's time for the star of the show, which is our fruit, and I have a cup of fresh raspberries here. You could use frozen raspberries as well. It might kind of change how you want to mix everything together, but I've got fresh today. A cup is about 125 grams. If you are measuring everything out, I've measured these ahead of time. And what I'm going to do is just stick this into the microwave for about 30 seconds so I can mash it down, make it a little bit softer. I think the creamy is going to be able to handle these beautiful fresh raspberries just fine. But I want to treat my creamy really well because I did break it once. And ever since, I've been trying to be very, very careful. So I just want to make sure the ingredients are as incorporated as possible. Okay, so I just warmed these up for a little bit and they're nice and tender. So I'm just going to take my fork and kind of mash them down. Okay, that really took no time at all, which is great. So I'm just going to get all of this fruit, my cup of raspberries, into the creamy. Now all I have to do is stir this all together, and it is looking nice and thick and luscious already. I don't find I need any extra sweetener in this one because of the fresh fruit, but you're always welcome to add that. Okay, so there you go. We've got our creamy all mixed up, and it was so easy. It was just 1/3 of a cup of this Fairlife Fat-Free Milk, 2/3 of a scoop of protein powder of choice, recommend vanilla, 1/4 of a cup of cottage cheese, and a cup of raspberries. And I've mixed it all together here. I'm going to pop this in the freezer for 24 hours. Then we're going to come back, spin it, and enjoy this entire tub of ice cream for 30 grams of protein and only 230 calories. It's just such a delicious way to get in your protein, and all of that fresh fruit is going to be so yummy. So I'm excited, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, welcome back everyone. We have our frozen raspberry pint here, and a couple tips that I always like to do is I let it sit on the counter. This one's been sitting for about 15 minutes, and then I just Run the entire pint under some hot water for about 10 seconds, and that's going to make it a little bit easier to spin and hopefully take less respin. So all I'm going to do is get it into the machine, and we are going to be spinning this on light ice cream. All right, it's just finished the first spin. We're going to take a look and see what we're working with. This always feels like Christmas. Okay, this is actually not very powdery, but what we're going to do is add just a little touch of milk to help things come together. I'm just using a splash of almond milk, and then what I always like to do is use a small spatula and just make sure I get outside the edges to make sure nothing's icy. But our tricks are working well because nothing's really sticking and it's already coming together. Okay, so I'm just going to pop it back in and let us do another respin. Okay, moment of truth. I am so excited to see. Oh, it looks gorgeous. And I just love the color on this. That's one of the great things about using fresh fruit. It's just beautiful. So you can see some of this texture here. Yeah, just amazing. So let me show you the macros one last time. As I mentioned, I like to make a pint and keep it for myself. So the calories for this are 230, 3 grams of fat, about 22 grams of carbs, and 30 grams of protein. And as we talked about, super simple. You're just going to use a cup of raspberries, a quarter cup of cottage cheese, about a third of a cup of your skim milk, and 22 grams of protein powder. All right, so there you have it. I have bowled up my creamy. I still have a little left in the pint. It does make a good portion. I really hope you enjoy this one. The flavor is on point. I love using fresh fruit and creamies. It is so delicious and such a great way to get 30 grams of protein. So hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next creamy concoction. Bye.